Okay, so solving equations, specifically one variable equations, and for the sake of this video and my students' upcoming assignments, they're all going to be solved for x. So your variable will be x. Could be any variable though. It could be r, could be y, w, any letter of the alphabet. So solving one variable equations. Sometimes the issues with teaching this is depending on the problem, there could be multiple different ways to go about solving it. However, there is every teacher might have their foolproof way, but my foolproof way is to, step one, simplify both sides first, and then step two, begin to cancel terms out using inverse operations. So simplify both sides first. Should have been the first video that my students watched about simplifying expressions. So you'll simplify both sides of the equal sign first. Sometimes they're already simplified. So if I start off with a problem like this, x plus 5 equals 4, that's already simplified because of, in the other video, I talked about terms and like terms and how this term and this term aren't like terms, so you can't combine them, right? So that's simplified, and that's definitely simplified because it's by itself. So you immediately just go to step two, all right? And step two in this case is inverse operation. So what is the inverse of, well, I should make that very clear. That is addition. So what's the inverse of addition? Subtraction. All right, so minus 5. What you do to one side of the equal sign, you do to the right side of the equal sign, right? So minus 5. I always like to drop my equal sign directly below. All right, that's gone. So I get my x equals 4 minus 5, negative 1. So my answer is x equals negative 1. It was already simplified. All I had to do was inverse one operation. I now have solved for x. X equals negative 1. Okay? Let's pop in another one. That is what we call a one-step equation. You only had to do one step. All you had to do was subtract 5. So let's do negative 2x equals 8. Looks pretty simplified to me. Looks like both sides are simplified to me. That's one term, all right? In my video, I explained terms are separated by addition and subtraction. So this is one term, that is one term. Both sides are simplified. So now I go to the next step, cancel out terms, or cancel out what you need to cancel out using inverse operations. So what I really want is I want x by itself. So what's happening next to x? Well, what operation is happening to x? What's happening to x is multiplication, because when we write two things next to each other, that's multiplication, all right? Now, obviously, when you write a 2 next to a 2, that's 22. But if I write a 2 next to an r, that's 2 times r, all right? So that's negative 2 times x. So how do I cancel out multiplication? What's the inverse of multiplication? Division. So I'm going to divide by negative 2. You divide by itself. That 2 divided by 2 is 1. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Those cancel out. I have my nice x all by itself. All right, so I get my x because I didn't divide by an x. Very important. Some students make that mistake. I didn't divide by an x because I didn't want to cancel out the x. I wanted to cancel out the 2, and I wanted to cancel out the negative. So I divided by a -2. I did not cancel out the x, so I still have x equals, I didn't do anything with the 8. There's my answer. All right. Yet again, another one step. All right. How do you cancel out multiplication? Division. You do not cancel out the x. I don't want to divide by -2x. I only want to divide by -2. All right. So that's another one-step example. What if we have 4 minus x equals 5? Okay, again, step 1, are both sides simplified? They look simplified to me. I have a term here, and I have a term here, and I have a term here. These two can't combine because they are not like terms. That's an x, that's not an x. All right, that's by itself. That you can't do anything, there's no simplifying, it's by itself, it's a loner. So yes, step 1, done, achieved. Step 2, begin to cancel out terms. I should say not just terms, it should be terms or operations. Right, that last one we had to cancel out multiplication, not the term, until we get x by itself. So I want x by itself. So this is a +4. Right, there's no, some students get confused, make it a -4, it's not a -4. This is there's a little invisible positive right there. That is a +4. So how do I get rid of a +4? I do the inverse. I subtract 4. -4, -4. All right, that cancels out, which is the whole point. Drop my equal sign. Equals 5 minus 4 is 1. Now, very important, highly important. This mistake is a very common, frequent mistake. That negative, I didn't cancel out that negative, I canceled out the 4. I'm just gonna erase this. Usually I wouldn't, but I canceled it out. It is gone now. I only canceled out the 4. I got rid of the 4 by subtracting it to the other side. This negative is still there. It did not disappear. So when I drop this x down, it's actually still a -x, okay? When I canceled out the +4 that was here by subtracting 4, I didn't do anything to that negative, all right? I did not do anything to that negative. So, which leads us to the next point, is the x by itself? Have I solved it yet? No, because there's that pesky little negative. All right. So how do you get rid of a negative? Hopefully this is something you guys remember, is you multiply both sides by -1. So times -1 times -1. Negative times a negative is a positive. So I get +x, which is the whole point, that's why we did it. And then a positive times a negative is a negative. So my final answer is x equals -1. Now, you can double check, and I suggest you guys double check, especially if you're taking a test, and I haven't double checked on the other ones. But if I originally had 4 minus x, and I put in -1, well, 4 negative negative 1, so double negative means plus. So 4 plus 1, well, 4 plus 1 is 5. All right, it works. So if you ever think your answer might be a little iffy, double check it. All right. I don't want to make this video a half an hour long, so let's see what we can do. Let's do negative 4 plus 2 times 5x minus 10, 5x minus 10 equals 16. Okay, lots of stuff going on here. We're getting a little into the multi-step problem. All right, I'll tell you what, this left side, that is not simplified. That doesn't look simplified at all. All right, so step 1, simplify both sides. That side's good. That side's golden. That's just 16 over there. But this left side is not simplified, so let's simplify it. First thing, PEMDAS, right? Please watch my first video first on simplifying. That will help you, so I don't, right? I'm not gonna reteach that stuff, watch that video. Simplifying, PEMDAS. Look inside the parentheses. Those aren't like terms. I can't do parentheses, all right? So if I have my little PEMDAS over here, PEMDAS, that one's out. I can't combine those like terms. Can't do it. Are there any exponents? No exponents. Actually, let me just erase this. No parentheses, no exponents. I see multiplication because I have a number next to a parenthesis. I need to distribute, all right? Distribute. I'm gonna make a rainbow, all right? I'm gonna rainbow it on them. Rainbow. Rainbow. All right? That's distribution. I distributed the multiplication to both terms on the inside. So, what we have is, I'm gonna just drop this 16 because I didn't touch it. 2 times 5, 10. Why did I write 16? 2 times 5 is 10. I literally said 10. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. All right. Don't forget about the little guy over here. I didn't touch it. I didn't do any math. So I just dropped negative 4. Okay. Not simplified yet. Why is it not simplified? Some of you guys might already know. Not simplified yet because we have a like term and a like term still. All right, so I am going to combine those. So negative 4 minus 20 is negative 24. So I get 10x minus 24 equals 16. All right. Simplify. Finally finished step 1. I can check off step 1. I did it. I simplified the left side. Can't combine that anymore. Those aren't like terms. Left side's good to go. Now I start on step 2. Cancel out terms or operations using inverse operations. I want to get rid of this negative 24. So what's the opposite of subtracting 24? Adding 24. So let's add 24 to both sides. Cancels out. It's gone. So 16 plus 24 is 40. I didn't touch 10x, all right? You just, things that you do not touch, do math with, you drop down, all right? I've done that a few times now. Okay, I'm now to the very last step, all right? I want x by itself. There's still multiplication. 10 times x, right? How do I get rid of multiplication? What's the inverse of multiplication? Division. All right, so let's divide by 10. Divide by 10. All right, I get my x. I don't know if this is, I'm gonna double check real quick if this is showing up in the screen. I don't know. I think we're good. I think we're good. So we get x equals 4. X equals 4. All right. Just in case it's not in the screen, the answer is x equals 4. All right. Long one, multi-step. It's multi-step. We did multi-step problems though in Algebra 1. So in Geometry and in Algebra 2, it's something, it should just be review. Pick it up, hopefully. If not, teacher office hours. Okay, last one. I'm gonna skip through this one a little bit quicker for the sake of time, because I saw that my phone is about to die and I don't want it to die mid-video. That would be awkward. So let's do 2 times x minus 1. 2 times x minus 1 plus 3x plus 3x. No, plus 3 times x plus 2 equals 23. Okay. So, simplified. I like it. I like it a lot. We're golden over here. All right. Not over here. Not golden over here. What you're gonna have to do is, these aren't like terms. These aren't like terms. So parentheses are gone. I don't see any exponents. Exponents are gone. Next thing is multiplication. We got multiplication. We got multiplication. Arrow, 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 arrow. So we got 2 distribution situations. So 2 times x, 2x, 2 times -1, -2, positive 3 times x, positive 3x, positive 3 times positive 2, positive 6, and then we just got 23. Now we have like terms. Get my red out. We got like terms. All right, you combine those. So positive 2x, positive 3x is positive 5x. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4. Equals 23. Need to simplify. We're good. Step 1. Step 1's done. All right. Now I need to cancel out addition with subtraction. Minus 4. Minus 4. All right. So I get 5x equals 23 minus 4 is 19. That's gone. I cancel it out. Very last step. How do I inverse multiplication? With division. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. All right, and I get x equals, I would copy this down, and for those of you who are on a computer, this answer would be 19/5. Usually I'd want you to use a fraction bar. However, if you are on a computer, like the situation we're in right now, 19/5, that's the fraction. 19 is a prime number, you can't simplify it. If it was 20/5, I'd want you to answer with 4. All right, hopefully this video helps. There'll be other videos, there'll be notes, and we will be available in Zoom for you to come ask questions also. Do your best. I hope this video helped. Let me know if the video helped. Thank you for watching.